Second Stars International School learners, I'm teacher Helvi, your grade 4 social studies teacher. Welcome to our second social studies e-learning lesson. Our topic for today is map reading skills. Before we start with our lesson for today, let us look at the answers to the previous activity, which was on page 46 in your Platinum Social Studies grade 4 book. Activity 3.2. Question 1 is saying, name 3 tools that the 2 archaeologists are using. What do you think they are doing with these tools? The answers, we have the sieve, the pick or spade, and the brush. The sieve sifts through sand to find tiny bones or seed. The pick or spade, they use it to dig deep into the ground. The brush, to clean a piece of clay pot or a tool. Question 2. What can these remains tell us about the past? The clay pot, the grinding stone, animal bones, and also arrowheads. Clay pot is to keep milk or just food. The grinding stone for grinding, even the name itself, or to grind seeds. Animal bones, people hunted and cooked meat. So from the animal bones you can see that the animal was killed so that people can eat. The arrowheads, people used bows and arrows for hunting or to defend themselves against wild animals or against enemies. Okay, so we will look at what is a map. A map is a flat picture of a town, region, country, or any part of the world. It shows what a country, region, or any part of the world would look like when it's drawn much smaller on a piece of paper. So there are different maps of all countries in the world. So each and every country in the world has a map. On a map, everything is made smaller. The smaller the things are made on a map, the bigger the area the map can show. So when you are drawing, for example, when you are drawing your classroom, you have to reduce the size of the tables, of the chairs, of the doors, of the board, so that you can be able to fit your things or your object in a piece of paper. We also have different kind of maps because different kind of maps, they give different kind of information. For example, the street maps, it shows us where the streets are and where we can find things in towns. The road maps and also the country maps. And other things such as the physical maps, the political maps, and all different kind of maps. A map has also parts. We have 3 parts of a map, whereby you have a title, symbol, and a map key. So what is a title in a map? It is the name of a map, and the title is the one that tells information of what the map is showing. For example, if you look at the map on page 2 in your Platinum Social Studies book for grade 4, you can see that that map on page 2 has a title which is Namibia, Towns, Roads and Railways. By looking at the title, you can see that the map is showing the towns, roads and railways that you can find in Namibia. So this is the map that you are talking about. By looking at it, you can see that it's showing you the towns as they are written there or as they are stated there, and also the roads and the railways. Symbols. So what are symbols in a map? A symbol is a sign or picture that means or shows something else. The maps uses symbols and also colors to show different things on the ground. For example, a dot, it can represent a town. Dotted line in a map represent a railway. If you go back to your map on page 2 and you see the symbols which are used, you can see that the dots are used as a representation of towns, and the dot under a circle is a representation of a capital city. And also the dotted lines, you can see that they represent the railways. Map key. What is a map key? It is a list with all symbols that are used on a map. A map key is the one that tells us what different symbols mean. Let us refer back to our map again on page 2. The map key is the one on your right side or on the right side of the picture, and is the one which states the different kind of symbols which are used. So if there is no map key, you would not know what the symbols are. You would just see that these are just lines and dotted lines, but you don't know that they represent towns, roads, or railways. Okay, time for activity. You can open on page 5, Open on page 5 in your Platinum Social Studies Grade 4 book, Activity 1.2. Question 1 is saying, write down the titles of the two maps on page 2 and 3. Question 2, write down what the following symbols on the map on page 3 mean. A line with dots and dashes. What does that mean, or what does that represent? B, a straight line. What is a straight line? What does it represent? And C, a dot. We have come to the end of today's lessons. Answer to the activity will be provided in your next lesson. Remember to keep safe, wash your hands, and avoid crowded places in order to fight COVID-19. Thank you very much.